Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Hogan's Heroes. I want to thank all of you for your support, and more specifically today we're going to be talking about episode 34 of Hogan's Heroes. This is actually season 2, episode 2 of Hogan's Heroes. It's called the Schultz Brigade, and I do want to pay attention to two very interesting individuals. Their names are Parley Bayer and Lou Krugman. Now, if you see them or if you're familiar with the show, you may have seen them appear a couple times on Hogan's Heroes, but if you're a fan of I Love Lucy, you may have also seen them appear on that show. I thought it was really interesting that both of these actors pretty much acted side by side in Hogan's Heroes and then later appeared several times on I Love Lucy. I want to go through the summary of this episode. Basically, the original air date was September 23rd, 1966, written by Richard M. Powell, director Gene Reynolds. Now, we do have General Burkhalter in this episode, played by the amazing Leon Askin, with, as I said, Parley Bayer as Colonel Burmeister. Then we also have Lou Krugman. He plays Colonel Bussy. Now, Colonel Bussy and Burmeister, they are commandants of two other POW camps. Now, they go to Stalag 13 to meet up with Klink to create a plot to discredit General Burkhalter so that one of the three could become elevated, of course, to general themselves. Now, it takes a lot of convincing, but they eventually sway Klink into going along with their nefarious plan. But before they can try to implement it, Burkhalter arrives at Stalag 13 and places all three of them under arrest. He has a trial, quote unquote, and tells them, "You will be shot in the morning." If they lose Colonel Klink, though, the prisoners may get stuck with another commandant that's actually fairly smart, and they could be in trouble for what they're trying to arrange. So Hogan arranges for both of the colonels to escape to London, and then he allows Klink to break out of the cooler to save Burkhalter from a stage assassination that supposedly these two men caused. So this clears Klink of any suspicion, and the hero's operation is allowed to continue. Wow, that was a mouthful, guys and gals. It is an episode that I really love, Schultz Brigade. It's really funny, and it has a lot of amazing moments. Maybe one day I'll do a full review of different episodes from Hogan's Heroes. Maybe I'll go in order as well. I don't know. Maybe you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. But I want to look at I Love Lucy and the times that they appear on that show. Looking at the I Love Lucy episodes, let's start with Lou Krugman, who played Colonel Bussy in the Hogan's Heroes episode, The Schultz Brigade. Now, he appeared in several episodes of I Love Lucy. Let me start with season 4, Lucy Gets Into Pictures. Now, this is a very famous one in which Lucy wears that really heavy headdress. Ricky allows her to play a small part in the film, and of course you have the annoyed director because Lucy keeps messing up. Doesn't really goof off, but she kind of can't handle the pressure and the seriousness of playing an actress in this part of the movie. So of course you have Lou Krugman playing the director, Mr. Williams, who is the one who's kind of directing her, telling her what to do, and he is so awesome to look at, getting so frustrated at her playing that part. If you haven't seen that episode, you should really check it out. Moving on to season 5, we have the Great Train Robbery, one of my personal favorites from the entire series. Now, we know here that there's a jewel thief that is pretty much on the train, and everyone's trying to figure out who it is. Now, Lucy spots Lou Krugman playing basically a jewelry store owner. Now, he's armed with a gun, and she mistakes him for the jewel thief. It's a really funny scene, and the whole episode is awesome, but he is in this episode. It's nice to see him in it as well. And finally, moving on to season 6, this is a first episode of season 6 of I Love Lucy. It's called Lucy and Bob Hope. We all know about this one. Nobody Loves the Ump, the name of the song, and then we have Bob Hope guest starring on the show. They go to Yankee Stadium, and Bob Hope gets hit in the head with the baseball. It's a great episode. Later along, you will see Ricky at the club. They're kind of scrambling to make sure that everything is ready in preparation for Bob Hope to come to the club to perform. He also makes a quick appearance in the Lucy and Orson Welles episode, as well as the manager for the club. So I wanted to throw that in there as well. And finally, guys and gals, moving on to Parley Bayer. He played Colonel Burmeister in this episode of Hogan's Heroes. Now, we see him as Mr. Riley. Now, this is a great episode from season 4 of I Love Lucy when they are in Hollywood. Ricky is working really hard in order to promote his movie career. However, he hasn't really had any filming or any hits yet. And so Lucy's frustrated to see him working his butt off, but having no return into his work. So she decides to go in there into MGM and play Ricky's agent. Of course, everything goes down the drain because Mr. Riley and Dory Sherry decide to release Ricky from his contract. Ricky goes crazy, of course, in the episode, but it is great to see Parley in this episode. Well, that's it for this video, guys and gals. I hope you enjoyed this look at two pretty awesome actors who were guest stars on both of these shows. Remember, these guys were great at what they did. Not only were they actors, but they were really good at their accents. If you ever watched the Schultz Brigade episode, you will see that it's very believable that they are German officers. And that is all due to their talent, and they had great casting for this episode, as well as the I Love Lucy episodes. Thank you so much again for watching, and don't forget, guys and gals, be hopeful. I want to give a big thanks to executive producers Kenneth B, Verbal Volley, Andy Baylock, David Davenport, and Joe Rayo. If you want to be listed on here, make sure to visit Patreon, and that'll let you know how.